Hello everyone, welcome to BumbleBeeCrafts. Thanks for tuning in to another video from me. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my new subscribers and thank you all so very much for watching my videos. I've had some lovely comments recently, partway due to the collaboration, the hashtag Hearty Creations 2024, or 24 I think it is on the hashtag. So yeah, thank you all so very much. So I'm here today with another installment, episode 2 of our vintage books into journaling fodder, and I'm creating journal pages. It's kind of what I look at first. Last week we did all the cutting up of the books. We were very brave and we cut into our books, and then what I do once I've got my batch of papers and everything is I just start to have a little flick through them and just decide on what ones I think would be really good as journal pages, because I don't want to start cutting into a page if I think it would actually make a nice page in our journal. So that's where I start first, but also we'll see how I go because I'm still got a poorly finger. If you watched Monday's video, you will know how I did this, and sliced quite deeply into my finger, so it's still a bit of a hindrance in doing things, but hopefully doing these journal pages we should be all right today. So these ones here have already been prepared. I've already gone ahead and done some to show you, and these were taken from this book that we cut up, Flowers of the Countryside. Let me put that back in there. And then what I've done here is I've used a coffee dyed sheet of paper, and most of my journals are roughly around this size with a little bit of gap at the tops and at the side. So I base, when I'm looking at how I want to position my page, if it's too wide where I want to fold it or cut it or anything, I use just a A4 page as a guide. So on this one here I decided to cut it off short because the little bit of waste at the bottom there I thought would be absolutely perfect for a little tag or journaling card. So this one has just been cut, so it's much smaller. If you look, it's slightly wider here but it's shorter, and that just adds lovely interest because I do like in my journals to have different sized pages. So all I then did to make it so that it wasn't too much wider than the A4 was just fold these over and created a couple of little pockets, and I've put some tags on there just to decorate it up. With this one, what I decided to do was fold the page up this way. That's the bottom of this page because you've got the leaves there, and I love those leaves on here. And then this one I've created a nice deep tuck on there as well, and I mean once it's in your journal you can decorate it up more, but I just like to get myself a base of these pages first. So like this one, it's just very simple, a couple of little pockets that have been folded over. I mean, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. I love that. And I just really liked Beginner's Botany with that going around there as well. So yeah, that's how. And I didn't want to cut them off because I do like that style of writing with the numbers down there. So that's another page. Now this one, very similar in how I folded them over just to create some pages, but I've decorated this one up a bit more. I've put a little bird on there, little fussy cut bird. There's another little label there, and then on this one, because you've got the lovely little caterpillar and some flowers, I've put a butterfly and a little bug. So I do them quite plain, very simple sometimes if I'm not sure what I want to put on. Other times, like this one, just jumped out at me. It's got to have a little bit of a ephemera added to it. So that's now ready for my pre-made stash. And then this was the inside front cover, and it's got that gorgeous, gorgeous image. It does carry on over to the page there, but obviously that's going to overhang on the journal. So I've just put a little label over there with my finger with a little butterfly. And I wasn't sure whether to make that into a little pocket or not, because I did like that black and white image, and I thought, well, you could still have a pocket there if you wanted to, or you could clip that down and clip something in it, maybe an altered paper clip or something. So I've left that, and then the back page is just completely plain and will be decorated up further when it goes into my journal. So there are pages from that book. So I'm going to pop them over to the side, and I'm going to grab a second book now to have a look through. So this is this book that we cut up, and put that to the side. So yeah, this is the one. We'll have a little flick through this. So let's just start at these very front pages here and see what we want to do. Now, a lot of these are nice big panels. So what I look for first really is whether I want it to be a journal page or whether it jumps out as a tag or something. To be honest, they actually look like whole journal pages to me. See, that one, because of the loopings, are tall. A couple of 2 tall tags out of that I think would be absolutely lovely. So let's just get those strings out. That's kind of what I look for. First of all, this is where I would start. I mean, that one cut up would make a couple of lovely little journaling cards, so I wouldn't necessarily go for that page as a book page. Use the book page as it is. But this one I think would make a good page. Let's grab a few. What have we got in here? We've got some black and white ones. That might be quite nice because you've got a lovely space of writing on there. But I'm just conscious, the other thing I look at is how good the centre is for going into the journal. And I mean, we could do a piece of material or put a piece of washi tape or something over that. But just initially, I don't. Did we check those? Yeah, see, they're much better on that middle bit. Much better. And that one was as well, wasn't it? Yeah, I can use that as it is. So let's just grab another little, let's have a look at that page. How's that? That's another one of the end pages. So let's grab this and have a little look through here. What do we think? See, where you get crocuses and then you get like autumn berries, I would split those 2 pages and use them individually. And I think the same again, although that you do get chrysanthemums in the autumn. They look lovely, they go through the winter. Shall we do that now? Do we want to cut that up? I think it's quite nice as it is as a page. There we go, that's 3 to start with from here. So let's pop them over there for now. Okay, so now what I do is I just go and see roughly how much bigger it's going to be. I think, looking at that, we can trim a little bit off the bottom and a little bit off the top, a little bit off the sides, and we shouldn't have to do any folding to these. Yeah, I think we'll start with doing that. So my page, I know, can't be any deeper than 21 really. Could possibly go to 22. So I'm just going to go where the writing is, trim that little bit off. Now I am not keeping that little bit, definitely not keeping that little bit. Now if we went to 22, will we go to 21.5? Yeah, you're only taking the tiniest little bit off the top there. But you know what, with some of that writing on there, I'm still going to keep that because you could cut them out for little tags. It's not cutting very well, this trimmer. It cut perfectly with the other ones. Maybe because the material, it's quite fibrous. Okay, so how wide is our page? About 15. That's going to chop them off. I kind of don't want to take too much off. And again, I'll keep those because I could stamp on them. So they can go, yeah, just to the side of me. So with this one, that's very simple. We've got a page just already trimmed up. We didn't have to do any folding or anything like that on this one. Okay, so that's one page done. Let's have a look at this one. I'm just wondering if where we've got this, I could fold that over so you get a nice little page here. Yeah, I think that would look quite nice. So I am going to use my scoreboard for this so that I get it nice and neat. And around the corner there. Now I think I want to come in. Now I'm going to do 13.5. Just a nice little score down there. Do we want to do anything with the same with that side? What do we think? We could come a bit deeper with that one, couldn't we? There we go. Oh, we need to take a little bit off the bottom and top, don't we? Because how much bigger is it than that? Quite a bit, so that's going to overhang. Let me just do that now before I then cut it. Right, so I'm going to go to the bottom where the writing is again, and then I'm going to do that. Well, let's do it to the writing there. Yeah, it's a new blade, so it shouldn't make these like they are fluffy. Okay, so we're folding this in, weren't we? That's our bone folder. And then we're folding this one this way as well. Okay, so that's going to make a shorter page, but then it's going to make it really quite nice. With, you've got that lovely print on there, and then you've got your little pocket on that side, and then you flip over, you've got the lovely image on there and a little pocket in there. So let's finish this off. So what I'm going to do is make it so that I know exactly where the center is. So where are we? 10.5, 10 3/4. So we're about there. I do feel all fingers and thumbs with having this on my finger. It's just, yeah. And then I'm just going to do that there, make a little mark, and do the same on this side. There we go. And then all we need to do is glue them down. And this is another page done. So this is what I like to do, as I said, first of all, before I even start cutting into pages or anything like that, is I do like to let me just weight this down, sorry, I'm not finishing my sentence there. Yeah, I do like to look through them and see what it is that each page kind of tells me. It probably sounds daft, but I just look at the page, and like if you've got flowers in a one direction or something like that, that kind of for me tells me how I want the page to be. So like this one, I'm thinking of actually making it short, because I'm not too bothered about that, but then that's going to be upside down, isn't it, when you do it that way? Yeah, and you're going to have your writing upside down, so no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Okay, if that one doesn't speak to me, let's have a little flick through at some of the others. Let's grab a pack in the middle here. Okay. Oh, it's got lovely fuchsias. My little fuchsia by the back door is out in flower. It's lovely. I used to love them as a kid. I was they'd just be starting to split open, and I used to like go pop pop on them. They're lovely. So actually, looking at how that is, that's got a natural split in it, so for me that would make 2 tag fronts, looking at that. Whereas this, you could probably get a couple of pockets out of, so that's not a page. Okay. The same with that, you could do a really skinny one, and then that again half and half. So okay, that one's tall. I'd split that down there, and you could do half and half. Okay, so I'm looking for ones that are kind of, oh, that was that one with that, wasn't it? Okay. Oh, that's a lovely one with the roses. Look at that. And that's the image that you get on that side, which again I think you would struggle. So yeah, let's turn this one into a page, and then let's just see what else we've got further. Oh, look at that one. Oh, that one. Oh no, actually I think I might, yeah, I might do that one with the other rose, because again you could chop that there and have some bits here, but I think I'm going to turn these into a couple of little pages. Okay, so this should have dried enough. Let's put this over here. So yeah, there we go, just slightly different to the first one in that we folded that over and you've got some pages. So that's number 2. So let's go with the roses and see what do we want to do. First things first, so just make sure that that is, yeah, it looks strong enough on there. I'm thinking cutting that would be absolutely fine. Or do I fold it? Do I fold it? Actually, folding it would be nice, wouldn't it? Looking at that. There's nothing stopping us folding one and cutting another. That's quite close to there, isn't it? Do you know what? I think I'm going to fold it again. Let's chop it off top and bottom to get it to the size height-wise that we want. I'm just going to turn this around to see if having it with a newer blade will make any difference. So, okay, fair enough. I guess the other blade's on its way out for this material. So how much higher are we? Oh, we're not that much higher at all. Okay, that's good. So we'll go to another book in a minute and we'll have a little look and see what we want to do. Now I had that quite a way over, didn't I? It's back there, look. And I'm not going to do this as a pocket. I'm going to have it as a flap, I think, because it's such a deep one that you can then flap that open. You could put a pocket or something in there, or you can clip something in. I like that. What I think I might just do actually is, if I'm going to clip it in, is just round the corners. That's something else, another, just changing its appearance. Yeah, I like that, because then you have a nice little altered paper clip clipped there with some ephemera clipped in. Nice. Okay, so I want to do the same again with this one, didn't I? Okay, that's going to go that way. And I'm going to do the same again and just round my corners. And that will then create, see, that I think actually would make a nice little pocket out of it. I can just, I suppose, because you've got a thinner bit there. I'm going to leave it as that for now. So that's another one. So that's 3. Oh, we've got one more, haven't we? We've got this page here. What do we want to do with this page? I'm just wondering about bringing it up to see what that would look like. Yeah, I think I'm going to, and what I'm going to do is put it on here and score along here just to help me with the fold. And I'm going to go. Yeah, okay, I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold one way, one the other way. So first things first is I want to take out this a little V in the middle, because we're going to need that out the way. Okay, so this one is going to fold this way. Like so, and this one is going to fold up onto this side. Okay, now what I'm thinking of doing is keeping that as a flap for something that can flap down in a pocket, because that then makes that not too much taller than that. We just need to sort out what we're doing with the width of it, which I think I might just trim. I know it means I'm probably going to cut into a little bit of it. Or do I? Do I do that, and then that's like a nice little pocket? Actually, I'm going to do that. That's a nice little pocket. So we want to come down about here, don't we? So it's all trial and error, really. It's looking at the book page and what it kind of tells you to do, I think, anyway. Okay, so I've just taken a little bit of out of there so that it folds down really nicely now. So I'm going to do it that way round. And we're going to have a little pocket there. Okay. So do we want to do the same this side? And I think I want to go almost to the row where it's got the word roses. So let's do this. I think I'm not a bit too far. Oops. Yeah, that looks about right. So let's take this bit out of here to make it a bit easier. There we go. Now, I've put these in here, but I'm just looking, they've got a cute little number on them, and I'm just thinking I could stamp something else on top of them. I'm terrible. I did, mind you, I did say that I wanted to make this as zero waste as possible. I wanted to use as much of my book page as I could. So does that mean I've got to dig out this really, really skinny bit that I threw in the bin? I really don't think I can throw that bit away. I know I want to use every bit. So that's going to create a short little stumpy one there. It's going to be shorter, but because you've got this lovely image on here. Yeah, okay, so let's put this together. Let's move my scoreboard out of the way so we can get glue in. And then I must just check my time quickly. I forgot to put the timer on. Oh, not too bad. And then we'll do this one, and then we'll move on to our next book to have a little look at. Now I'm going to tuck this down like that first, and then I'm just going to put a bead of glue on here, along here, something like that. That's about right, isn't it? There we go. So let's turn that way, pop a little wedge on there and one on that side, and we're going to do the same on this side. We can do both of those. And that will hold that one down there. Lovely. Okay. So I'm going to find my finger, pop these back in here. I've got my little box to the side of me where they're all in. And let's have a look at this book next. This lovely big one, because we definitely will need to do some paper manipulation from the pages in this one. So let's put the pages to the side. So with that previous book, we have a straightforward page where I've just trimmed it down to actually be a good size. We did the one that's got these little flaps either side on there. Oops. We did this one that's got a couple of little pockets that go in that way. And then this one that should be dry enough now has got a lovely little tuck down here and a little tuck there, and I think I'm just going to round, if I can still get in to do this. Should have done this first, but that's fine. There we go. Round that corner, I think that looks nice. I'm going to see if I can do the same again with this one. There we go. That's done that. And that looked lovely. So there we go. That's the ones from that book. So this book, it's much, much bigger, isn't it? So let's just grab one of the signatures. It's all been separated, but obviously they're still together. Okay, so when I first saw this book, and what I thought would be perfect, which is why I bought it, is the fact that you could either fussy cut these out, or you could have them as individual journaling cards, tags, that kind of thing. But I want to look, obviously, to do, because you get so many pages, I don't want to just do that with them. I want to be able to create some pages, journal pages. So I'm just going to have a little look through some of these and just see. Oh, look at that. See, yeah, that's what I did think, that this would be a lovely page in a journal. Okay, so we can have a look at that one. What have we got on this page? Yeah, I think we can do that one into a page. Oxeye Daisy. We did No Mow May in our garden, and all right, now we're into June. We've got so many Oxeye Daisies popping themselves back up again in the lawn. It's lovely, and we've got some beautiful buttercups. There's some little thistles and stuff as well, and yeah, there's all sorts of lovely little plants that you wouldn't normally have got from just a lawn, not just your common daisies. So what I've decided, I decided and then talked hubby into it, because he does like his little patch of lawn, bless him, and he likes it to be mown nice and short, is where the daisies are, I've kind of like gone like that onto the lawn, and then I've gone a bit along this border, and where we've got the border here, I've just done a long strip around it there, so that you've got grass here and here, but you've got all these little extended bits that I'm keeping from doing the No Mow May. Okay, so we're going to use that one as well. That gives us 3 to start with. So let's look at this one, and this one I'm actually going to fold it this way to work on, because that was the page that really inspired me. Now when I look at that, that's going to cut that completely in half. So I might, where do we go if we chop it off here? We chop that off and we chop the top of that one. Okay, I'm wondering if that would work as a page, yes it would. I mean, look at that, that's virtually A4. Okay, I don't think I'm going to mind if it's on its side. That's going to be the center fold, and that's what you'll get that side. Yeah, that's what I'm actually going to do with this one. I'm going to actually, let's use a ruler so that I don't ruin it, because I've had enough clumsiness lately. Okay, so I'm going to have the page this way, and I'm going to fold it in half, burnish that down, and that's going to be lovely. So you could add a little pocket here if you didn't want the word there, or I could put a pocket up here with some lace trim on it. This can all be decorated up when you, depending on what journal you do. You've got writing space here, but you could have a little pocket, and then you've got that side. Okay, so there we go. That's thinking and turning the page on its side. I don't think it would work for one of these at all, But what I'm thinking of now to get a couple of pages is to just kind of take the top, split it in half basically, and I'm holding it up to the light so I can kind of see where one and the other meet. So let's line it up here, and let's kind of line it up there, and that is where I'm going to tear, and then we're just going to fold this in half. Oops. And that is going to be a little page, because they don't have to be big pages, you can have small pages. I do like to use small pages in the journal. And then that's that whole book page used. Just a couple of little pages. That's lovely. Okay, let's have a look to see what we can do with the folding up of them. So first things first, it is too big, isn't it? So we are going to need, I'm tempted to cut from the top. What would that give us? Yeah, I'm going to use my top as the line. Let's just move them over there. So we don't want it to be any more than about 20, 21, 22, something like that. So if we've got 21, where does that cut? Right there. Should we do 21 and a half? Yeah, see, these might be quite nice little ephemera pieces cut out, backed onto some card and stuff. Or these might, I could like a circle or something. We could do something with those, definitely. I don't want to be throwing bits away. Okay. So we're there on size. Just do a check. Yep. So we need to kind of definitely come in like here with this one. Now I'm not going to use my scoreboard. You don't have to always use the scoreboard, because I'm making it fit to the wording of the Oxeye Daisy. So do we want that way? Do we want to see it that way? I actually think we want to see this way. So let's fold that and just score that along there. Okay, so how does that compare with our... It is much bigger, but not by a lot. Much bigger and not by a lot. It's a contradiction. I like these little corner bits. I'm just wondering about if we make that as an actual pocket. I like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to fold these down. I think they look really nice. I like them. There we go. I might even be tempted to glue them. Do we have that as a little tuck? Or do we want it open? No, I think we're gonna, yeah, I'm gonna glue these down to start with. And then I think we will have, so you could do it as a pocket and it's tall there, but then what would you do with this side? I'm just thinking now as to whether I want to just glue along this bottom bit. I'm just going to glue along the bottom bit for now, and then when I come to put it in a journal, it can always be adapted. There we go. Let's do this side. Make sure we are straight on that bottom bit because that edge wasn't. Okay, so that's another page done. That's a couple of pages. Did I pull a third one out? Was I going to use this one? Yeah, I think I might have been using this one. Okay. I do want to come up with one, but I'm not, I don't feel that they're enough, and you'd have to cover it up completely, wouldn't you? Let's just do that. Let's do that. So let me get my scoreboard out, I think, for this one. Let's fold it back in half here. So if we only want it to be, what did we say, 21, the pocket's got to be about there, 21 and a half, because I don't mind them being slightly bigger. Let's cut this middle bit out. That's always going to need to be cut out. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to come up this way with this one. I think I'm going to come up this way with this one as well, actually. Okay. So that's going to be a couple of big pockets, but obviously we don't want it that wide. So you know what, I'm thinking of making it a really short page and cutting along here, and then what's folded off is easily going to be a nice little pocket that can be used. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, I think, with this one. I'm going to have it really a short little page. So let's do each page individually. So like that, I'd glue that down, and that could be a little page in the book or a little tag or something that we can do. Yeah, that's a good scrap. And then I want to do the same again with this one. So again, that's a lovely good scrap to play with. And this might be a short little page, but it gives us a couple of little deep pockets. We could put something over the top of those, and then you still get to see those bits. Yeah, okay. Height-wise, we were fine height-wise, weren't we? Yes, we were. So let's glue these down. Let's be width on that. Okay. How are we doing? 44 minutes. Okay. So that will go into your journal. Short little page that's got a pocket built into it. Oops, can't pick that up and that. Yeah, I like that. That's really nice. So we've got several different ones here with this one. Pockets that way. A couple of little ones. And then this page that we turned on its side. So I hope that gives you some ideas from that one. Now the only other book, let's put this back, this big book, and my blocks to the side of me. The only other one that I did want to have a quick look at is this one, because there's not much images in here that are big images. There are a lot of writing pages, and I thought we could fold and manipulate those much better. She says, now trying to find some, yeah, like this page here. That's a nice image. They're all going to be ones with nice images on now. Oh, see that would be a nice page, because that blue that's on there, it is. I might have to see if I can get that off. Oh, it's rubbing off easy enough. Oh, let's just get this off. Must be where it was stuck in the book. There we go. Yeah, that would make a nice centre page in a journal. So we'll have that page. And then I like to do things in threes. So let's see if we can quickly find a third one to use. And it's typical. I'm finding that all these ones have got lovely pages. We'll do that one. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay. So let's see how we can manipulate these. First things first, let's just see. So we're going to need to come up. Aren't we? So that, I think, is a lovely big, page. So I'm thinking where this green writing is, coming along here. Pocket could go on there. Does that make it? Yeah, that makes it shorter there. And I'm just wondering about manipulating it so that it's a flap of some kind, because I like the fact that this is plain and you could write on there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that and have it as a flap. Okay, so all we need to do is just cut a little bit off. I didn't think I was going to cut, but I think I'm going to. And I'm probably... yeah, I think I'm going to go at the top. I'll just cut that off. Yeah, because that's going to be a pocket and that is a flap. Okay, so that's that page. Let's have a quick little look at this one. Okay, this one I know I'm going to create a pocket with. So again, I want to just fold this over like that. That's going to be my pocket on that page. And then thinking I might cut this actually. Let's cut this to, I don't want it any more than about 15, do we? Actually, I'm going to cut it to the writing, because then you've got writing that side and writing that side, and that will make a fun scrap. And then all we need to do is trim a bit off the top. Do we need to go? Yeah, we need to go a little bit off the bottom as well. And there we go. So that is another page that can be decorated up, that page, and then that one we're going to do a little pocket, weren't we? Okay. So we've got one more to quickly decide on, and this is the one that's going to be in our centre. So what I'm thinking of doing is popping these over here like this again. And I'm thinking of folding this one here as a little flap that you would have open. Like hold down with an old paper clip, because I just think that they look like they'd probably work there. Could be Downton Abbey. Well, it's not. It's not, but where is it? Ditchley Park in Oxfordshire, where Churchill often retired during the war. Well, there you go. You learned something today. So did I. Oh, there you go. There is groundsman. I thought it had that Downton Abbey-esque to it. Okay, so we need to just do a little bit of trimming top and bottom. So let's pop this in here and trim that. Yeah, that's got that nicely. And then let's trim a little off the bottom too. And we are there. Okay, so let's finish these off. This one was going to be a pocket, wasn't it? So let me just do my measure for the centre, which is going to be about there. And let's cut this. That one we don't need to do anything. All I'm going to do is just round the corners actually. I think that looks nice. Okay, so we'll glue this one in place. Okay, I think we'll probably have to have some weights on this to hold it. Let's have a look at the next one, and then we get these done, and that's pretty much most of our books. Yeah, this one was going to be a pocket, wasn't it? So Everything's encroaching on my desk again now. Put that in the bin. I can't believe we're into June. Time is just going so quickly. Right, let's weight these down for a moment. And then this one, that was going to be a pocket as well, wasn't it? Let's just measure that. And then that was just going to be a pull out of some kind. We could decorate that up. Lovely. Let's just do these. Glue this down quickly. And that's a couple of much plainer pages. These are the nice shiny pages from the newer book, but you can still use them, so it just kind of shows you the different types from really vintage books to just a second-hand one. And depending on what journal, I mean, if it's going to go in a vintage journal, you could put some numbers and some tickets or something over that. A nice little altered paper clip across there, and tuck some ephemera into that side. Obviously we've got these two. This one is just a plain page that I would probably decorate up with pockets and stuff on there, and that's a little pocket already there for that page. And then this one is again another little pocket that goes that way, get the writing the right way. And then this is another little flip out that we can put a little clip on there. So that's a couple of pages from that one. We've not done too badly, have we? We've got those pages. And then we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the ones that I did off camera to show you to start with. So that's a lovely big stash of pre-made journal pages from the pages in our journal, in our vintage books. And as I said, that's the thing that I like to do first. Just pull out some of those, get some pages together, and then in episode 3, we'll start to look at actually cutting the pages up and selecting like bits like this would be nice, maybe on the side or on a strip as a pocket, that kind of thing. We'll be starting to look more into our ephemera. So thank you very much for watching for today's video. Hope it's inspired you to create some pages from your vintage books. And I will be back next week with episode 3, and then I'll be here on Friday with my Fabric Friday fun. So happy crafting, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.